the city of Waterville, we pause to ask you to be with us and guide our way. May your spirit of peace surround all we say and do this evening. We ask for your strength to do what is best for the good of Waterville. Lord God, as servants of your people, we pray that you grant us a share of your wisdom. Amen.
Please rise for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call, please.
Here. Here.
Here.
Here.
He is ill this evening.
I'll move.
Second. It's been moved and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Next, we have approval of our minutes from a regular council meeting on March 11th, 2019. We need a motion and a second.
I'll move to approve.
Second.
Are there any changes, corrections, or comments? Minutes? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Next, we have citizens' comments, and I do have one from Judy Uben-Gensman. And if you don't mind coming up to the mic and state your name one more time and address for the record. Thank you.
Hi, good evening. My name is Judy Uben-Gensman, and my address is 15932 Roachton Road, Perrysburg. And I just wanted to make a statement concerning, just like to ask that the zoning split of 11 North River Road be 8 feet on the south side so that it would allow it to be a conforming lot. It has to be split from the gas company anyway. So we actually have an accepted offer on the property, my husband and I, and it is contingent on that being one of the things. In addition to what's under old business, ordinance 03-19. Does that make sense?
Well, I might add, the cat's kind of out of the bag. This has already been the planning commission, the drawings were already there, the survey, and the cow left the barn. We already have the recommendations. But
The lot is zone C2 commercial, so there's no setbacks. So they approved by the city. Because
So
there's no
setbacks.
setback, it can be whatever you want it to be.
Setback from the, but has it been, the lot lines have been established now? Because I didn't know that it was actually a done deal.
Since there's no setbacks,
Okay,
if you agree with the seller to set it at 8 feet, that's up
Okay.
to the two of you, since there's no legal setback line. It went through the planning commission to make it a conforming lot. So what that means is we're taking the gas company office building off the lot at 11 North River Road. So it would be on its own lot. That's what was approved by the planning commission. But you can vary the setback line,
okay.
and that's
'Cause we
up to
didn't-
you and the property owner.
Okay, because we didn't know, like, when it's drawn out, if it's gonna be 5 feet or 8 feet from the gas company, but that's not up to, so you guys haven't already decided.
Provide a new legal description of the property with the dimensions that you want. But of course, it has to not include the gas company office building, former gas company office building, which
Right.
will be on its own lot. And that's what was approved by the planning commission, or recommended for approval by the planning commission to council.
Okay. I think I have it. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Do we have any other citizen comments? Yes. Do you mind going to the mic and state your name and address as well?
Jim Stoma, Waterville Historical Society. I guess my only question is, John, that is a conforming lot the way the split is now, correct?
But that's when you were asking for it to be zoned R2.
Yeah.
since it's keeping its commercial zoning, there's no setback. So you could just so each building is on its own lot, then it conforms.
It conforms. So
But you could vary that setback, there's enough space there where you could vary the setback
Okay.
if you liked.
But I guess my question is, do we need to do that, or is it both lots conforming the way they are, where they can do what they want to do with it?
Well, you're gonna split the lot, and you're gonna split the lot with the southern property line, could be 8 feet or 5 feet or 0
Right.
feet. It's up to
Right.
the
Right.
two of the, buyer and the seller, and you can decide what you wanna do. But if they want it 8 feet and, you guys don't want it 8 feet, I guess you're gonna be, at odds there. But to do it at 8 zoning, we're not changing it to residential.
That's all I wanted to do was clarify. Thank you.
All right, any other citizen comments?
I'm just trying to get clarity. So if we do 8 feet.
We need
We
you
needed the
back at
microphone, so it's recorded.
I'm just curious, one thing, so if we do 8 feet, it's still C2?
Yes.
Okay.
It's
The
always
zoning,
going to
the
be
zoning's
C2.
not changing. We're
Right,
we're
okay, so
granting
it's
the,
just- So it's
conditional.
C2 for sure, and it's just a matter of the amount of feet that we decide on?
you're allowed to do that because we're keeping it C2. Had it been a residential switch, that would have been all different. So that's what they're explaining is, we really aren't changing the zoning, you're getting a conditional use.
Yes.
So if the property is sold again, it reverts back to what it, it doesn't change. So
Okay.
we're not really changing the zoning, but giving the use.
Okay.
So,
I'm
does that make sense?
Yes.
All right.
My husband's in Florida, and he was the one that talked about this with everybody, so I don't know why.
I know that she may want to stay
Oh.
for the whole meeting, but this is your opportunity, Rachel, to come up to the podium.
Yep, he saw you in the back there. If you want to state your name and tell us why you're here.
Hi, my name is Rachel Allison, and I'm here for my government project at Notre Dame Academy.
Thanks for coming. Do you have any questions for us?
No, not so far.
Not yet, all right.
And where do you live?
I live in Perrysburg.
Well, coming over from Perrysburg.
Thanks for coming.
Hope you enjoy it.
Any other citizen comments? See none. We have an executive session. Consideration of a matter per Ohio Revised Code 121.22G1, consultation with law director regarding the conduct of a regulated individual or licensee. So we need a motion to go into executive session.
So moved.
Second?
Yes.
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 We will return shortly for the rest of the agenda. I need a motion to come back into regular session.
So moved?
Second.
Roll call, please. Yes.
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 If you'd like to step up and introduce yourself.
He must be our new guy.
My name is Victor Coleman, 6099 Angola Road, Holland, Ohio. I am the External Affairs Representative replacing Paul Thornton. I don't know if any of you knew him, but
Sure.
I am his replacement as of January 1st, and I am your rep. So if you need anything, don't hesitate to reach out. We sent out an email, but I have cards that I can leave with you with my contact information.
Wonderful. Thank
Any
you
questions
for
for
coming.
me?
Any questions?
Thank you. Thanks for being here.
Nice meeting you.
Thank you. All right, moving back down to staff reports, we have our administrator, Mr. Gokenauer.
Thank you, Mayor. In addition to the items in my report, I wanted to mention a couple things. This is typically when we talk about setting our summer meeting schedule, and if you've all looked at your calendar, you might have noticed that the fourth Monday in May is Memorial Day. Last year, I would propose that we do that, so we would be meeting on June 3rd, and then the other meetings for the summer would be June 24th, July 22nd, and August 26th.
Any discussion on that? If not, I think that works. All right.
And then I think also at this time of year, we talk about the Sunshine Law certification training that I'm sure all of you have done at some point in your careers. Typically, in the past, council has designated the municipal administrator as your designee to attend these trainings on your behalf, and if you'd like me to do that, I did plan on going to one upcoming training, so if you would like me to be your designee, I believe you need a motion.
Everybody. Mr. Pedro? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
That it concludes my report unless someone has any questions.
I had a question on number 12 on your report. Was that any particular commercial properties in the downtown area?
Showroom or what have you. It's a frame shop, so that was a really nice.
Any questions? Alrighty. Next we have our law director.
No report tonight, Your Honor.
Now our finance director, Mr. Gokenauer.
Okay. Council has a copy of the finance report for January 2019. This is the first report that we're using with CMI. The first two reports are in CMI, so we might experiment a little with those reports since we're still learning how to use the new accounting system, but we used to close January, and we ended the month of January with a cash balance of $5,886,550. At the end of January, we had $2,268 in investment income. In January, we collected $248,776, which was considerably less than we collected in January of 2018 by approximately $72,000. If you look in your report, the net profit and individual tax payments were considerably less in January of 19 in comparison to January of 18. February, the city collected $316,821, which ironically was $61,574 more than we collected in February of 2018. So there's a bizarre swing of revenue there back and forth. The year-to-date collection is $565,598, which is about 16% of our estimated income tax revenue. February of 18 totals. That's the end of my finance report. If anyone has any questions.
Questions? Thank you. Next, we have our treasurer. All right, thank you. Communications from council. I'll start with Mr. Bruno.
No reports tonight, Mayor.
Mr. Fry.
No report this evening.
Mr. Rosie.
No report, Mayor, thank you.
Mr. Pedro.
No report this evening?
Mrs. Duncan.
I have one small item. I had some people contact me after we discussed having the food trucks back, and they wanted us to make sure that Phil Barone communicated if it was going to be canceled because of rain, or if some of the trucks were coming, that people really watch the Facebook page to know whether or not to stop somewhere else and get dinner, or to come to Waterville and pick up dinner on the way home. So, John, if you could let Phil know. That's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you. We have one appointment to the Board of Zoning Appeals, and this would be Raymond Luck, and he is currently serving. His term had expired, and this new term would end in 2022. And so I'll make the motion that we appoint him to the Board of Zoning Appeals.
Second.
Any questions, concerns? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Had one other thing. I did get a letter, and I think copy went to Rick Myring in our Public Works Department, that we, on behalf of the Arbor Day Foundation, have earned the recognition for 2018 Tree City USA. We have received this every year, but we do have to apply for it, and we do have to put so much in our budget towards trees, which we've been doing, so that's great. But we got a letter that we did get approved for that again. Map of the City of Waterville by granting a conditional special use permit to allow a residential use on parcel zone C2 Commercial District located at 11 North River Road. First reading was February 25th. Our second reading was March 11th. Our third reading, public hearing, and legislative action scheduled for this evening, March 25th. So we'll open our public hearing first. I'm not sure if we have anybody. We kind of did that during comments. But if we have anybody in the public that would like to comment on this, we'll take it now. Or any council members. All right, seeing none, we'll close the public hearing. And then we would need a motion.
So moved.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Any further discussion or questions?
Just
on
a
this
comment,
conditional use?
that we do have representatives from going to work out, not you are, I mean you will, please sit down and work out whatever you want. You are going to do that, right? Only I asked it because sometimes we do these things up here and then 6 months later people come back and say, you said that she said, so glad that you're here and you heard what we heard, so thank you.
Yep. All right, any other comments? If not, roll call please. Mr. Pedro?
Yes.
Mrs. Duncan?
Yes.
Yes.
Mayor Brody? Yes. Mr. Fry?
Yes.
Mr. Rosick?
Yes.
Thank you. Next, we have resolution, 07-19, a resolution authorizing the municipal administrator to enter into a contract with the McHale Group for construction engineering services for the 2019 State Route 64 Urban Paving Program, and this was tabled at the last meeting. We would need a motion to bring this up. Mr. Fry.
All choked up.
Now we would need a motion to take a vote on that resolution.
We didn't vote on the motion to take it off the table.
Oh, all in favor of taking bringing it back, yeah. Off the table, say aye.
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 Opposed? Now we need a motion to approve or vote on this resolution.
So we had it tabled. I think there was a concern about the difference in the bids. Are we all good about, is that all been resolved, John?
As far as I know.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
Is there any further discussion or questions? I know we had discussion at the last meeting about the I was still recommending the bid that they provided us last time, and that was mainly due to the engineering hours, I believe. And based on some other projects, taking a look at those to see what it did take. So I think that was what was taken into consideration. Any more questions? I think it was all in your packet too.
My questions were satisfied.
Okay. So we have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed?
Abstain.
One abstain. Thank you. Under new business, we have resolution 09-19, a resolution authorizing the municipal administrator to enter into a lease extension agreement with Cleanwood Recycling, Inc. for 4.66 acres of land on the west side of the Anthony Wayne Trail, 6730 Anthony Wayne Trail, to operate a yard waste transfer facility. Mr. Gokenauer, do you have an update on that?
Yes, Mayor. This would be the second of five, 1st of 2019 to May 31st of 2020, and the price is the same as it was last year.
Excellent.
All right. We need a motion.
So moved.
Second.
Any further discussion or questions from council? Comments? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Next, we have resolution 10-19, a resolution authorizing the municipal administrator to assign the contract for solid waste collection, disposal, and recycling from Stevens Disposal and Recycling Service, Inc. to Republic Services, Inc. for solid waste collection, disposal, and recycling. Mr. Gokenauer, do you have an update on this change?
The resolution would authorize the assignment of the remaining time on the contract with Stevens Disposal and Recycling, and it would assign the contract to Republic Services under all the same terms and conditions in the current contract.
And in that regard, Mayor, there will be some conditions after reviewing the contract. We will need Republic to provide a copy of the replacement bond under 3B. We will need an updated certificate of insurance with the city as an additional insured, including the 30-day notice of termination, cancellation, or modification. We'll need verification of the workman's comp coverage. We'll need all the corporate information about Republic, a new corporate certificate and partnership, if a partnership. We'll need a delinquent property tax statement. We'll need a name and telephone for the new project and operations manager. And we'll need a new local toll-free local or toll assignment done, the names of the contact people for the new company. We'll need to know if there's any change in the landfill or recycling facilities. We'll need the attachments, the certificate of liability, insurance, and we would also need a notice from the companies to the residents, since this is happening quickly, that nothing's going to change. You'll see a different name on the truck, that type of goodwill statement out, so that people don't go, hey, what the heck, there's a different truck out here with my garbage. And subject to those requirements from a legal standpoint, I don't see a problem.
I would just ask, I think we have a representative from both here, from our new provider, if this passes. I had a quick question. Oh, we had thought of, you would be able to notify our residents to let.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Scott Kebelot, and I'm the Municipal Services Manager for Southern Michigan and Northern Ohio for Republic Services. Thank you for having me here this evening. It's always a pleasure to be in the presence of council members of whatever community I'm in. But in regards to the notification process, we do have a very quick and accelerated timeline, Madam Mayor. So the reality is to get notices rolled out tomorrow. That's not going to happen. We will, it was our intention just to take over, and things are going to remain the same. Long term, if you'd like us to go ahead and provide notification, we would need some addresses and such, and maybe we've seen that already. I'm not sure.
I believe Stevens has all the addresses.
Okay. So if we have addresses, I can absolutely work with our business and knowing the logistics of that. We're talking probably a week or two before that happens. So obviously we're less than a week away from from the zero time, and we'll work with you however you need to notify your residents and go from there. The other documents that your council had noted, yeah, we're very happy to provide that information once we get the assignment letter, and we can start rolling forward with that with our risk reduction group and our risk management group. So we'll work on the bonds, we'll work on the insurance, and get that rolling here before we commence services. As far as the services in general, nothing's going to change. We're assuming the contract of Stevens, so things will run as typical. And Thursday of this week, just to do kind of a transition meeting, meet our team, and find out any hot spots, any areas of concern and question, and kind of go from there. So yes, please. And I know we do have a reporter in the audience, so if just let the residents know we're not taking the trash, we're just doing our job. And so we'll be coming through town with blue trucks instead of green trucks. And other than that, that's about the only changes that we have planned at this point. So
I have a question too about
Yes.
recycling. Do you still take everything? There's like something about glass nowadays, and some people aren't taking glass, but you take all recycles in the same container.
Yes, we're still gonna continue to take glass and all the materials that you have listed. There was nothing that stuck out at us. Glass is not a favorable one right now, to be quite honest with you. There's, recycling's a tough market right now. I'm sure you've probably heard this initial transition and move forward as far as service. Probably would like to come back to you and provide some education information that Republic Services has about recycling and some of the challenges that we face. One of the biggest things that we can do, the most beneficial things that we can do as a group is public education. We're really challenged anymore as far as the quality of material, and we're really looking for, and our buyers are really looking for high quality recycling material, which causes us to rerun material and make sure it's absolutely clean, versus what years ago there was kind of a 3 to 5% acceptable level of residual or non-acceptable recyclables, and in the final product, and able to talk to somebody about recycling and spread the word. I'm happy to do so, but anything, if you have a I know you have a website or your social media, but recyclingsimplified.com is one of our websites and it promotes public education and gives some tips on recycling. Feel free to check it out. Feel free to spread the word with your residents and your neighbors, and have them check it out as well, and just kind of answer some questions as far as what's really good to take and what's not good to take. Plastic bottles, great. Plastic kids toys, not so great, and compost, not. We don't want it in the recycle bin. Clothes and shoes, as nice as that is, we don't want it in the recycle bin. But those are the things we do see. So.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Could you spell your last name?
You mean you can't spell Cablewatten?
I
T-A-N.
Hey, I like it.
I'd like to buy an A, please.
Yes.
Can I buy a voucher?
Yes.
Is there a phone number that you will have for
I
the
will
residents
provide. Yeah,
for
I will
Monday?
provide the local number.
We can put it on the.
So a little
sign.
bit about myself. I've covered the Michigan market for many, many years. Within the last 6+ months or so, I've really started coming back down to the Toledo marketplace. It started off about a year ago on kind of a special assignment, and they just kept me down here. So I cover the Detroit marketplace, kind of western Ann Arbor area, as well as the Toledo, Ohio, kind of going towards Sandusky area for the company. So I apologize if I don't know the number right off the top
That's
of my
okay.
head. But we will get that as part of the transition over to
Right,
to
because
John
if
and
people
team.
start calling the office on Monday, I just,
Yeah.
we
Well,
can answer the
I'm
question, but-
assuming in a question in that regard, we get this new information out about how to get a hold of the public. Yes. again, our council members don't mind serving the public, but they won't have answers, and certainly since you are the contact presently and they're aware of the numbers, if you can field these events until we get the new information out and everybody's not crazy, it would be much appreciated.
We will have a number in our place for Republic as well.
Perfect.
Great.
Thank you.
Do you think you'll follow the same route that
We are
Stevens uses?
we are gonna try. There's, you know, the reality is, as I say, we're gonna try. We're gonna do our best. One important note is just for residents to know, please make sure your trash is out, you know, prior to 7 a.m. in the morning, because I'm sure without fail, it's, you know, we're gonna go down a street that Stevens usually my trash out, and it never fails. We are gonna do our best to adhere to the same routes as Stevens, but there's probably gonna be an overlap or somewhere along the line.
I think some residents do wait until that, because of the wind or the, you know, the animals,
Yes.
they'll put the trash out in the morning instead of the night before. So just to
Is-
be sure that the timing will be about the same. And do you-
Yeah, as long as it's in the morning, you know, as long as it's, you know, prior to 7 a.m., because I think that's about our start time here in the city. You know, that's fine. It's those folks that, you know, are fortunate enough, maybe they work close to home or even, you know, work from home, and I'm not going to put it out until afternoon, because they never come until 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and it just never fails. Well, you know, we always catch those folks,
You can't pick it
and
all
they're
up at
and they're
once,
quick
of
to
course.
call.
And do you do one side of the street or both
We will be
sides?
doing one side of the street
One
at a
side,
time.
okay.
Yeah.
That's good.
Great.
Other questions? Need a motion?
I'll move.
Yes.
Not to mention this, I do apologize on your motion. The one thing I noticed on your resolution tonight, it's to assign it to Republic Services, Inc. Just as a clarification, that contract would be assigned to Allied Waste Services of North America, LLC. That is our actual legal entity that covers the Toledo market. It's it's Allied Waste Services of North America, LLC, DBA, Republic Services of Toledo. So just as a, you know, it all falls down under the brother or the sister umbrella of Republic Services, but the official assignment wouldn't be to
It's in the actual
Oh,
resolution.
is it? Okay.
Yeah.
I saw it on the agenda.
Yeah, in
so I
the
was
short
like,
one, it's not in there, but in the long one, it is.
I wouldn't want you.
Thank you.
In that case, I'll amend my motion to accomplish what he
It's
just said.
actually
with
in there.
you. Well, it's not exactly, I don't think what he said it is, but
Allied
Republic Services,
It says Allied Waste Services of North America, LLC.
DBA though, it's a DBA, Republic,
Right.
Republic.
Doing business as.
Right.
Okay.
So it's not Republic, AKA, it's Allied DBA Republic, right?
It's Republic, or I'm sorry, it's Allied Waste Services of North America, LLC, and that would be sufficient.
Okay,
Okay.
that's what we had.
So you can amend your motion to say that?
So done accordingly.
Subject to the conditions.
Right.
Subject to the conditions of council.
All right. And then you're meeting Thursday, and you'll have time to get all that before Monday, does it matter?
All my
They
stuff.
start Monday, yeah.
That stuff won't be happening that quickly, I don't think, from what
Okay.
was indicated.
I'm gonna try to twist a couple pinky fingers to make it happen.
All right. Got a motion?
And I'll s-
Information or unscheduled business this evening? I will mention, everyone received a hard copy in the email with the joint fire and EMS district feasibility study. It is finished. It's a lot of reading, so I'm sure no one finished the entire book here. But we do have our meeting set up with Waterville Township and White House on April 3rd. And I believe everybody but one person can be there,
Yeah, I will not be able to attend.
Mr. Fry.
And where's the meeting, John?
It's at the Anthony Wayne High School auditorium,
Auditorium.
7 PM.
7 p.m.
We can send out a reminder email if you like.
Right.
We'll remind everybody, but if you could, read through this, and then if you have any questions, obviously you can, speak with our administrator, and we also have previous administrator, Mr. Bagdonis will be there, and he's been working with this group. And they're reading through it and coming up with their questions and comments. And I would just preface the study for everyone. It was done by the state Fire Chief Association, I believe, and the Ohio Fire Chiefs Association. And there's recommendations at the end. I preface the word recommendations, so use your, we have a very nice background up here of different areas, so take a look at it and just think about it. This is just our first step with actually getting this on paper, and so this will be our first step. Any comments tonight on it? Anything else? With that, I'll take a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second?
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Meeting adjourned. I thought this was kind of funny. I keep getting these, Phil, but they're just,
Yeah.
I know we are, but they keep coming to my
Oh, yeah, I
mail
get 'em
here.
I was
Hi,
hoping
do you need a signature?
had to be on the 15th.
Pretty exciting,
Then I see
huh?
all the
Nice and
people
short.
said they can make it on the 3rd. Wow.
Well, hope you
No,
enjoy
unless I don't
your
leave
dad.
until
Is that your
Thursday
dad?
morning.
Tell me thanks for coming. Nice to meet you.
I scheduled to leave Wednesday afternoon.
Oh, you're leaving out of town? Well, it'll be a
Yeah, I
month
won't,
later.
I won't be in
well,
town.
that's not
Later, so,
Actually, I'm gonna miss council.
we pay a month
Probably
behind.
Monday, too, so I'll be back Tuesday afternoon.
We'll get him. I'm sure Nicky will just
I won't hurry you, I promise.
That part will be,
Not
oh,
today.
yeah, I have a question on our paychecks in the new
Yes.
system. Are they in the new system? Are they supposed to say zero?
They know, they'll hear about it.
Yes. It said somewhere what we got paid, but I went, wait, the amount is zero. So you gotta look on the system, so just double checking. This one's just mine. Is that it? Thank you, ma'am. All right. Do you care about the, should I give that to her? They actually give us a press release. Yeah, turn that off.